What do death, mental health, and resilience have in common? According to research, a strong sense of personal purpose can significantly impact your well being, leading to a lower risk of death up to 15%. Increased life satisfaction, better coping mechanisms for stress, and a high likelihood of maintaining healthy lifestyle choices. Studies have also shown that individuals with a strong purpose may experience reduced inflammation and a decreased risk of dementia. So imagine that you have the ability to lead with purpose, even if you're not a leader, at least by title, and you don't think you're a leader. Are you in a position in your life where you feel like a leader? I certainly never did. And let me tell you, starting to see yourself as a leader is a very interesting shift that happens. And for me, I would say, even though just before my spiritual awakening in 2014, I was in a supervisory role in the federal government, I did not see myself as a leader. After spiritual awakening, I was called into a certain role, given a certain mission in my life, and it completely shifted my life. I went from being someone who was a federal employee to trying to figure out how the hell to be an entrepreneur and what do I even need to do? Well, let me tell you, that change made a huge difference in my life. I went from being a girl from Oklahoma to knowing people all over the world, to being able to step into my voice. I've been interviewed on podcasts. I have had blog interviews done. I have co-authored a couple of books. I have been asked to speak at symposiums. I've done live streams and all of these kinds of things that prior to 2014, I never saw coming. When I went through the spiritual awakening, I was given a why. Well, I wasn't really given a why. The why came from within, but it was connected to everything else I was called to do. And so now, no matter how hard my life gets, I know that I have a bigger purpose. And that bigger purpose has kept me in the human experience when there were so many times I wanted to check out of the human experience. When my why became so big, I knew that if I didn't show up for my why, I didn't show up to make a difference in the lives of others. I didn't show up to make positive global impact. Then it felt like all the pain that I had endured in my life meant nothing. And there was so much of that it had to mean something. Otherwise, I had no idea why I was here. Otherwise, it felt like my life wasn't worth living. I had had resilience. I have been tenacious. I have overcome the obstacles. I'm so sick of overcoming the obstacles. So the only way for me to keep going was for it not to be about me. It was knowing that I was called into service to make an impact, to help the people. And in order to do that, I have to be at my best. So it's still kind of about me, but not really, because what I've found throughout my life is I didn't really show up for me. I would show up for other people, but I wouldn't show up for me. And the more I've learned about me, the more that I've learned that that is actually part of my purpose in life, is showing up for other people. Now, where the flip came is at one point in my life, it was very much codependent behavior. It was showing up for other people without regard for myself at all. That has changed. Now I know that in order to show up as my best for the people I truly care about, I also have to take care of myself. And that used to feel very selfish. It used to feel very selfish if I gave myself even a second thought, if I gave myself grace, if I gave myself a pass, if I gave myself love and kindness and compassion that I might give other people. It felt that I was doing it wrong. Once I realized that those things were really connected, in order for me to be the best that I can be for the others, I have to be the best I can be for me. And sometimes I still forget. Do you? Like, or are you one of those people who it's all about you and it's not about anybody else? If you're watching this channel, I don't think that's the case, because people who have that agenda doubtfully are going to be interested in anything that I have to say. My message is for those of you who are leaders on the inside, and you may not even know it yet, but my guess is you've been through some hard stuff. And that hard stuff taught you things. And that hard stuff that taught you things also taught you how to be a leader. And I will bet you there have been many times in your life you have stepped into leadership without even knowing that's what you were doing. That was kind of my story, too. And it took other people shining a light on the fact that I really am a leader. I just didn't know how to step into that. So now that's really what I'm helping other people do. Helping you find your inner alchemist who turns all of that crap into something powerful, into freedom. First, we turn it into possibilities. We turn it into purpose. We turn it into power. And then we turn the truth of all of that into freedom. Freedom in your time, freedom in your emotions, freedom in your money, freedom in your ability to do what you want to do in this life. Yeah. Really teaching you how what you've lived is the key to everything that you are. You can be a leader without being called a leader in a job title. Did you know that? Have you connected to that? Are you breathing that? Because I really want you to take a look at yourself in the mirror and think about everything that you have walked through. Who could benefit from what you've learned? Who could benefit from the choices you made, whether they were lessons or blessings? Who could benefit from what you've done? What could you teach someone else? What lights you up? Maybe it's just about being a good human and people see you and they are impacted by who you are in the world. That's a leader, baby. So let me know in the comments, have you stepped into your inner leader yet? I'd love to know your stories. Let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. This is Tammy Coyne, your holistic alchemist, helping you change pain into possibilities, and possibilities into purpose, and pain into power, and truth into freedom. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.